Hi, I'm Chris Kirkland, ambassador for Supreme CBD oil, ex-professional footballer, for 19 years. Started at Coventry when I was 16, finished at Preston, played for my boyhood team, the team I supported as a kid, Liverpool, which was great. Do now work for Liverpool Foundation, do a lot of stuff in the area. I'm an ambassador for the foundation, so a lot of stuff in schools, food banks, work with a lot of disabled people as well. So really enjoy all that sort of stuff, and yeah, just keep active and busy. Yeah, so when I went to Sheffield Wednesday in 2012, so when we moved up here in 2001, I was at Liverpool for 5 years, Wigan for 6 years. Routine was the same, lived 15 minutes from both. When Lucy come along, I could take her school, pick her up from nursery, all the important things, you know, school plays, everything like that. And then I left Wigan and had to go to Sheffield Wednesday, but I commuted. And it was long hours in the car on my own. You know, I was anxious about being away from home. I've never liked being away from home. It's obviously a lot easier when the family's with you. And I just started to really struggle. And the last 2 years at Wigan, 2010 to 2012, I wasn't playing. I wasn't injured, I was just not preferred, which happens in football. But when I went to Sheffield Wednesday, everyone was saying, well, he's not been fit for 2 years while they signed him. You know, and there was a clause in the contract that said if I missed 3 games with my back injury, they could rip the deal up. And ironically, 2 days before my first game for Sheffield Wednesday, I got a twinge in my back, and I thought, oh my word, you know, if I don't play Saturday, I'm going to get crucified. Everyone's going to say, look, told you shouldn't have signed him. So I got hold of some painkillers, Tramadol, which helped me play, but also helped with the anxiety of travelling away from home. And you know what the human mind's like when they find something that can block pain out and block anxiety, you use it, and it just become more and more and more, and that massively affected my mental health. You know, at the start they work, but then when you take so many, as I was, they have a reverse effect and they just mess you up mentally. And that's the real reason I had to retire from football. That's the real reason I went to rehab in 2019, but kept it quiet. So this time, I knew that I needed to get off them for one. Also, I wouldn't be here. I was taking 2,500 milligrams a day at times, and you're only meant to take 400. So I knew this time that when I come off them, I had to set things up. So Leona's got drug tests at home. She can test me anytime. The doctors know now. Leona come the doctors with me and said, do not give him any more. The postman knows never to give me envelopes because I was getting them off the internet. So we've put things in place now that hopefully will stop me from doing it again, and my mental health's been miles better. The big thing with the oil, the CBD oil, withdrawals were horrendous. I did it here, I went cold turkey for a week, and without that, I don't think I'd have got through it. I was, you know, all the videos you see, people in the corner, bent over, being sick, that was me for a week in my bedroom. But the oil was a massive help, and it has been since, and that's why I've said, I've done a few videos since saying that, you know, ice cold showers, CBD oil, all that sort of stuff helped me get off Tramadol. Well, yeah, I mean, the mental health side of things, as I said, at the start they do help. You know, you feel great, you feel as though you can do anything, but the more doses you take and the more you take it, at first you think, oh, I'll just take it when I need it. But then I think it was after about 3 months I realised I was thinking, whoa, I'm thinking about these now, I need them. My body's saying, you've not took me yet, take me. But then they just have a reverse. They make you paranoid, they make you a recluse. I didn't want to do anything. When I come home from Sheffield, I'd shut the gates, turn my phone off, put it on silent, didn't want to engage and do anything. They just change your personality, change you as a person. You know, like your personality, completely different. You're still there, but I wasn't there, sort of thing, if that makes sense. They just make you a zombie, just make you not want to do anything at all. The things you loved and all the things you've done growing up, just completely out the window. They say when you come off something, they say wean off it, but I just got to the point where I did not want to put another tablet in my mouth. So I just said, listen, I'm going to go. And I did it back in 2019. I went cold turkey, and it was fine. 3 or 4 days a bit, but I was okay. And I thought, well, I'll be the same again. And I've said this since. I don't know if it's because I had COVID really bad, like it nearly finished me. And I don't know if that was because I was on the tablets or whatever. But I think that's enhanced the withdrawals, and the withdrawals were the worst thing. Just the thought of it now, like having to do it again, I don't know if I could, because there were just cramps, you felt sick, you couldn't eat, you were dizzy, your body was just saying, take a tablet, like every single second of the day, saying, take me, you'll feel better. You know, and it's the fighting that you have to do, but that's why we put things in place before I did the withdrawals. So I couldn't just ring the doctors up and say, you know, like I did before, I need tablets. So we went there and told them what I was going to do. Leona had drug tests, she was keeping an eye on me, all our friends and family knew. So I wouldn't have been able to do it. I think I'd have caved if all the things weren't set up to prevent me from doing it. But 6-7 days were horrendous. And then probably about 3 or 4 weeks were tough, where the cravings are still there, and I still get cravings today. But now, as quick as they come, they go, because I'm in a good mental space now, and I can, you know, battle it now. But it's not going to go away. You know, I'll always be an addict, and I'll always be in recovery, and it only takes one tablet to stop that. I can't say I'll never do it again. I could go out and be in a car crash and get put on morphine in the ambulance. So, but my intention is now, hopefully I'll never ever do it again. Well, that was another thing to stay in recovery. I knew that I felt as though I was lying to people and a bit of a fraud, because they knew I struggled with mental health, but they didn't know the real reason which heightened that was the Tramadol. So I knew that, again, if I was going to come out and stay in recovery, it needed to be out there. Not for sympathy, not for, you know, anything like that, just for me to feel free and to feel as though I'm not sneaking around. I'm not thinking, oh, I could get away with this again now. For everything to be out there, that's why I did it. And yeah, as soon as I come out and said it, it was a massive weight off the shoulders. Brilliant. Best I've felt in well over 10 years. Yeah, feel back to, and probably a better person than before as well, because of what you've been through. And not just me, but the family as well. You don't realise it's not just the person going through it, it's the way it affects the family. You know, I've been a husband and a dad, but I've not really been there, sort of thing, if that makes sense. So it's made me a better person and more determined now to make up for lost time. I feel as I've lost 10 years, and that's the hard thing. I feel as I've lost 10 years, not just my life, but the girls' lives as well. So it's about making that up now over the next how many years, and being positive and trying to keep in recovery. And they're paid, aren't they? They're paid to sell they're paid to sell prescriptions for pharmaceutical companies. That's the way it works, you know. And I can say firsthand that, you know, I rang up loads of times and said, "Oh, I've lost them. I need more." And they don't really question you. They might ask you, "Are you okay?" But they don't really go in depth, because they see that many patients. They've got that many. You know, they probably forget about you within a couple of minutes. So I made, like, during COVID, I'd ring up and say, "Look, I've left them down in London," because they knew who I was and knew I worked down there sometimes. And I said, "Look, they've told me they can't send them back up because of COVID. They can't touch things; they just get dispersed." So there was loads of excuses I used, which worked in my favour at the time. But far too easy to get stuff. Far too easy to go into doctors and say, "Look, you know, my friends took these. They said they work. I want some." Because they are paid to sell prescriptions. That's how the world runs. So how this stuff is not available is beyond me at the minute, and we all know why, because money talks. And, you know, if this become available on the NHS and prescription, pharmaceutical companies will go bust. Simple as that. But this is why obviously we're here and trying to get this and promote it out there for people to realise that tablets are not the answer all the time. Well, I've seen it. I've always struggled with my back, and I think I seen Anthony obviously posting it. I was thinking I'd tried other CBD oils before and didn't get much effect. So I thought, right, I'll try this. So I messaged Anthony. He sent us some bottle, and straight away it worked. And people will be looking at these videos and thinking, well, it's all scripted. They're told what to say. They're going to say that it works, but on my daughter's life, it helped me with the withdrawals. It helps me with back pain and massively with anxiety. And we've spoke before, we're going to hopefully get my daughter onto it as well. And I've recommended it to everybody. And listen, it might not work for everyone. Everyone's different, but I think 99% of people would say how much it's worked for them. And if you're skeptical, which everybody is these days, give it a go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, you know, but give it a go and you won't be disappointed. A lot calmer. So I'm a lot more calmer. Again, I keep mentioning, but helped me get off Tramadol without a shadow of a doubt. But more with the anxiety. When I feel myself building, I've got a bottle in the car, so I keep a bottle in the car, I've got a bottle upstairs. So wherever I am, because I'm in the car a lot, if I'm out and I feel a little bit, as soon as I take it, within 30 seconds, a minute, you can feel it working. So I won't be without it now. I don't take it every day. I did at the start, but now I'm at a stage now where I know when I need to take it, if that makes sense. I don't think you know, some people take it every day and it works for them, but I'm probably every 2 or 3 days now. But as soon as I take it, you can feel the effects straight away. If I wake up in an anxious mood, it'll be in the morning. Sleeping is unbelievable at night, so I've got a bottle in the bed. I take it, and within half an hour, I've gone, like completely gone. So it just all depends on the day, and all depends what I've done that week, how busy the week's been, how I feel, how my back is. You know, my back's quite sore a lot of the time, so it can be any time. But I've not got a set routine. I just know when I need to take it for certain things, anxiety or back pain. I know when I need to take it. The oil, I've got it, probably the 12,000. I've got the 24,000 as well, milligram, but I think probably the 12,000 is where I'm at now. The 24,000, my back's really sore or I am really anxious, I'll take that. But the 12,000 seems to work for me, spot on. Yeah. Do you do sugar-free ones? Yeah, because I'm going to put a lot of weight on with them. But the gummies, again, with the gummies though, you take them and pretty instant, they kick in really, really quick. I like the 4,800 milligram ones. I think because what I've been through, been a sportsman, all the knocks and bruises, the lower strength stuff doesn't, you know, it worked for a lot of people, but because we've been sportsmen, and obviously with the addictions to Tramadol, I need the high strength stuff to work. The strawberry ones. Yeah, who says that? Is that the most of them? Yeah, strawberry ones, yeah. I like the white ones. Well, what are they? What are the white flavour ones? The better, yeah. I quite like them as well. Yeah. We were speaking about before, not just for humans, but for pets as well. So the chap AD Danes that looks after me for all the media stuff, he rang me and said, look, my dog's been given 2 months to live. Problem with his brain, do you think this could work? He'd Googled it and found stories where it did work. I said, listen, give it a go. I said, you know, what have you got? It's harsh as it sounds, you know, what have you got to lose? If your dog's been given 2 months, you get extra, fantastic. But what it will do, it'll not make your dog in as much pain, that's for sure. And it'll make the dog more comfortable. And that was 6 months ago now, and the dog's still going strong. So I think that speaks volumes to what everyone needs to know. So it's not just for humans, but you know, for pets as well. It caters for everybody. Give it a go. What you got to lose. You know, people will go and spend how much in chemists and over-the-counter stuff, medication, and if you total it all up, this is far cheaper. And the benefits and the health benefits as well. You spoke about it before. Putting tablets in your body is going to damage you. This stuff doesn't. It's all natural stuff. So if you're sceptical, which a lot of people will be, and they'll all think it's a scam and everything like this, like people think the worst of a lot of stuff, give it a go. You know, it might not work, but I'm pretty confident 99% of the time it will do. A 1,000,000%. As I said, along with everything else, when we sat down and said, right, what do I need to put in place? You know, cold showers, telling people, doctors, CBD was a must. I ordered 2 bottles of the 24,000 milligram stuff at the same time a few months ago, because I knew what I was going to go through. So I made sure I had that. It was upstairs in the bed in the car. So without that, it would have been a major, major struggle.